Hey there, my songwriting friends. Welcome back to the studio. It's Dean, and today we're doing another creative session where we go behind the scenes on a project that I'm working on. And today's project is a retro synth pop song. So my goals for you in this video are, number one, to encourage you, to inspire you to go out and start making music and to have a blast doing it. Then number two, I want you to learn some things from my process. Grab a tip, grab a hack, and start adding it into your songwriting, your production process. So with that in mind, let's jump in. So we're gonna break down this project one element at a time. And the first thing I wanna share is that I actually started with an aim in mind. I had a general feel that I was going for. I wanted it to have this laid back, emotive, moving kind of feel to it. So what I'm trying to say is if you have an aim in mind, a theme, a feel that you're going for, it actually helps you determine some of your creative decisions. So with that, I started with the wide suitcase electronic keyboard. So if you go to vintage electric piano, the stock one's classic electric piano, I went to wide suitcase and I actually turned up some of the parameters in the right hand side because I wanted this more chorusy, almost 80s retro vibe. So I'll hit play on that. So even with the performance there, if you look, I didn't just play straight up C chords. I started adding notes in, and that a lot of times is kind of the way I spice up my chords, add emotion to my chords. So that's what I did here. I was playing a regular C, but then I added notes to it. I was playing a regular A minor, but I added notes to it. So next I was hearing kind of this thumping, repeated, arpeggiated bass, and I really like the agile synth bass. So you find that under the synthesizer menu, you go to bass, and the first one is the agile synth bass. So let me hit play on that and you can hear it. So how did I get it to thump, thump, thump like that, to arpeggiate? Well, you hit B on your typing keyboard, and I've turned on the arpeggiator right here. So I can turn it off or on. And if it doesn't thump at the right rate for you, you can click here, go down to rate, and change what it is. And then the last thing I want to show you, if I go into the edit window hitting E, I actually wanted this to be a real soft pluck of the bass and not like a gang 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 gang, because of course the vibe of the song is meant to be tender and soft and intimate. And so what I did was I highlighted my notes and I took the velocity way down. If I take it up, you can hear how kind of harsh it is, which is really cool if that's the vibe of your song, but I took it way down and made them all really soft. Because for me, that matches my theme, that matches the aim that I'm going for, all right? So next on the list for me was my drum beat, and I didn't actually want a totally retroed out drum kit. I wanted kind of a more modern kit, a more modern pop or trap kit. And so I selected the trap door, which you can do by going to electronic drum kit, you hit trap door, and it has a great vibe that I like. I've used it in other videos, and I came out with just a really simple groove. So let me hit play on that. Yes. Yes. And then the one thing that I did to add a little bit of vibe to this kit is I hit B on my typing keyboard. I actually added some master reverb. So if I solo this without the reverb, it sounds like that, but then I boosted it up because it's got that 80s vibe to it. So really liking the way that feels. And the crazy part is I have 3 elements right now and I've already got a really nice foundation to my arrangement. So before we dive into vocals, I know that some of you are like, but I can't play keys. I'm not good at coming up with the drum part. My suggestion would be to go for some loops. So if you go up here, you hit the loops button, you can actually search by descriptors. So you could pick, hey, I want something relaxed. And then you can go over to instrument, you can go, hey, I want beats, and you can start looking for relaxed, chilled out drum beats. Or of course you can get out of beats and you can start looking for electric pianos, you can start looking for synths, you can start looking for pianos. So if you're intimidated by the idea of playing your own key part or drum part, this is a great workaround for you. All right, so next we're getting into vocals. some of my favorite parts. This is where the song starts to get really exciting. And so what I like to do, especially in a song, a pop type song like this, is I actually like to go into the vocal track, monitors on. So first you turn your monitors off when you're doing a video. So what I like to do to start is actually add some master echo, some master reverb. I hit E on my typing keyboard. I go over to track and I turn on the pitch correction, 85. You could do it to 100 if you want. I hit limit to key because I know the key of my song. If you don't know the key of your song, don't hit limit to key. And so what this does for me is it actually helps me be creative as a singer. When I can hear a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay, a little bit of tuning, it actually helps me write more creatively, more emotively. So then at this point, I'm just singing different ideas. I have some words in mind. I don't have all the words in mind, but I'm trying to find a melody and a cadence that works for each particular part of the song. So after singing around for a while, this is the melody I landed on for the lead vocal. When I bow down, I can feel you right there. And after that, it was a matter of adding some emphasis, some intrigue, some character to this vocal part. And so on the last two notes, I wanted to have a harmony. So I did a high harmony, a low harmony, and it came out like this. When I bow down, I can feel you right there. So it just adds special emphasis to that piece. And then I started moving into the chorus. And so what I want you to hear in the chorus is that I don't have all the pieces and parts. I don't have all my words there. And I think sometimes we get stuck and go, I don't have the perfect words for this part. Well, that's okay. Keep moving forward. Keep finding those melodies. Keep finding those rhythms and cadences that fit the vocal part, and then start to add your words as you go. I'm going to hit play on the chorus, and then I'll show you a couple more parts where I added emphasis. Right there, I'm blinded by the light, and I can't see clearly now. As I got right here into the chorus, I have the harmonies going, but I also wanted to add special emphasis to the word light. And so what I did was actually created another vocal and added some echo to it. So the word light goes la, la, la. So what I did to accomplish that was I actually took my lead vocal, I hit Command D on my typing keyboard to duplicate the processing. Then I came down here and I added echo, which you can find under the delay menu. I hit echo, and then I put the wet up really high because I wanted you to hear the da da da. Boosted up the repeat on it so it does more echoes. And then up here you can choose how fast you want that echo to happen. You want light, 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 or light, light, light. Only other note I would make on that is don't copy this lead and paste it into here, or you'll have what's called phasing issues where it kind of actually cancels each other out. So I sang light again, and it sounds like this. I'm blinded by the light. All right, so then if we move along in the chorus, you can see some similar things happening here. And then the last vocal emphasis that I added was a high octave. And so what I did was I hit Command D, I duplicated the processing from this lead track, and then I simply added the vocal transformer plugin, which you go to pitch, vocal transformer, and if you look at it, I went up 12 semitones, meaning I went up one full octave, and I also pushed the formant up to 4. And so together, that sounds like no. One another streams, one another fares, one another reason, a wonderful affair, but I'm blinded by the. So it just adds this, again, special emphasis to a particular part of the song. So now that we've gone through all the elements, let's put them all together, and I'll let you hear these kind of working verse and working chorus together. When I bow down, I can feel you right there. And when I look up, I can see you right there. I'm blinded by the light, and I can't see clearly now. I'm blinded by the light, and I can't see, I can see it now. One another streams, one another fares, one another reason, a wonderful affair, but I'm blinded by the So I hope you enjoyed this creative session. And I also wanted to mention, if you're brand new to GarageBand and you're like, I don't even know where to get started, then check out some of my masterclasses. I have one for the OS version, the computer version of GarageBand, and then I just released a brand new course for the iOS or the iPad, iPhone version of GarageBand. And then lastly, I would love your support as an artist as I create scripture-based pop songs. So go check out my Patreon page where you can hear a preview song just for visiting. You are protector, you are provider, you are. And if you become a patron for as little as $1 a month, then you get to preview all of my songs and I share personal updates about the song creation process. So check out links in the description for everything I just mentioned, and I will catch you in the next video.